This is how to detach from dating to get insane success with women. When I was younger, I was so attached to every little thing related to dating, everything from starting a conversation with a girl to finally when I met a girl who was attractive, who liked me, being absolutely obsessed with her and being infatuated with her to the degree where I got extreme anxiety. So being attached to dating never led to any success for me. And it wasn't until I applied these mindset shifts and practices that I was able to truly detach from dating and as a result have a ton of success with women. So I'm going to be breaking down my 5 things that are going to allow you to detach from dating and as a result get a ton of success. Okay, starting with the basics of just speaking to and interacting with girls who you don't know. This first thing is super important and it changed the game for me, which is you need to stop caring how any one interaction goes. When I was younger, I remember in my senior year of high school seeing a girl who I found attractive in the library whilst I was walking around school with my friend, and I got so nervous as to make this interaction go well that I never ended up even speaking to the girl. So that's so much worse. So now I simply talk to every attractive girl that I see as long as the situation is feasible, as long as I'm actually able to go up and introduce myself to her. It's not some crazy situation. I confidently can state in my heart that I talk to every attractive girl that I see. Now, do all the interactions go well? No. Sometimes it lasts 10 seconds, sometimes it lasts 30, sometimes I'll take that girl home that night. So you never really know what's going to happen in any situation, but you have to try. Of course, there's little choosing signals and things that can make it go better for you. But if you just always talk to every attractive girl you see, one, you'll be surprised how well these interactions go, because I almost never get like really rejected. It's usually a little conversation. She tells me she's got a boyfriend if it goes bad, or maybe she's just not interested. I don't know. But that's like the worst case scenario, is like a little interaction that leads nowhere. And on the flip side, it's, I talk to this girl, there's a great vibe, there's a, great interaction between us, good nonverbal communication, strong eye contact, big smile. Who knows, maybe I'll kiss her that night, take her home that night, go on dates with her. Who knows? You never know what's going to come out of it. But if you get so attached to every single interaction, it's going to make it hard for you to have success because you're playing it up too much in your head. And this is what causes a lot of anxiety, a lot of nervousness. So when you start just relaxing and not really caring how any one interaction goes, it's actually going to allow you to be smooth and charismatic and allow you just to be the best version of yourself. And boys, for that reason, I created a conversation mastery guide for you, showing you how to start and have great conversations, the way that I do it with all these attractive girls that I talk to. So I broke everything down for you and it's completely for free. It's the first link in the description below. So now the second thing follows the logical timeline of when you meet and interact girls, which is after you've met one and you really like her, which the thing that a lot of guys do when they meet a girl they truly like, one that they might feel is out of their league, is they get so obsessed and infatuated with her and they really want things to work out. And I would know this because at 19, that's exactly what I did. When I met the most beautiful girl to ever take interest in me, I became obsessed, infatuated. It was all that I could think about. I was praying that I would have a relationship with her. And as a result, I put so much importance on making it succeed. And as I did get lucky and I did have a relationship with her, I also ended up ruining it within just 3 months because of all that importance. It ended up manifesting in really bad ways. So a really powerful mindset shift that I adapted, this is the second thing, is using the let's see mindset. So let's say you meet a girl at the club and you get her snap and you're going to try and set up a date next week. You kind of say, okay, I have the snap, great, she liked me in the club, but let's see what happens this next week. Let's see if she replies to my text. Let's see if she, agrees to the date. Let's see if she shows up to the date. There's so many areas which you can apply this. Let's see if she wants to have another date. Let's see how things unfold. If you're in the let's see mindset, it gives you so much power because you're not attached. You're not obsessing, you're not hoping. You could have your true desire. Like if I wanted to go on to date this girl, that's my true desire, but let's see if it all works out, right? That's a much more powerful position to be in than just getting obsessed and infatuated like I did when I was younger. So just even understanding that let's see mindset will make a world of a difference for you. And the third thing is something I felt guilty for massively when I was in high school, which is do not play out these fantasies with girls who you just met or only talked to once in your head that are completely unrealistic. And the antidote to this is stay very realistic. That's the thing that you need to do. But, when I was in high school, I remember there was two girls who I kind of became sort of obsessed with that I never even spoke to. And I had these like fantasy dreams of, them being my girlfriend and all this stuff when I never even had a conversation with them. And I know a lot of guys can relate to this and they've probably done that as well. And as I don't do that these days anymore, some of you might be doing it. And, I can even catch myself being like, oh, damn, I really could see her being my girlfriend or whatever. You just want to stay extremely realistic as to where you stand. If you sort of try and view life as chess and you see what is your position on the chessboard, and if you're just trying to imagine pieces where they're not at, it just doesn't set you up for any level of success. So you need to stay hyper realistic as to where you stand. And one of the reasons I preach being a little bit of a playboy and getting some experience is because you'll understand the true nature of dating and how things work to a degree that you otherwise wouldn't if you were very naive and you haven't had that level of experience, because you'll see some of the dark, mean things that girls can do, and it will also allow you to kind of be in that more realistic state much more naturally. It's almost like being slightly cynical, but you're doing it from a place of experience, It's not just being negative to be negative. It's just being, okay, let's be realistic. I've seen what XYZ girl has done before. Let's see how this all works out, going back to the let's see mindset. But it's really important that you stay realistic. You don't want to start creating fantasies. You don't want to make things out to be bigger than they should be. I see a lot of guys doing this all the time, and it is a really big way to just kind of put girls off as well. When you're just like making things out to be bigger than they are, it just shows that you don't have things going on in your own life. And this will take us into the next point in a second. And the fourth thing is to practice abundance until you're in a committed relationship. So I don't care if you want to have a monogamous relationship, if you want to be a playboy and see multiple girls, whatever you want to do, it really doesn't matter. But until you have a committed relationship, you should practice abundance. You should not be talking to one girl, because that's going to make you very attached to that one girl. And you never know how things are going to change on the drop of a dime, because this past summer, it was early June, and I was seeing 3 girls, or at least talking to 3 girls. I had things in the works. One of them I slept with on the first night. The other one I was just starting to hang out with. It was really headed more towards a relationship type of thing where we were getting to know each other first. And then the other one, I was just texting a lot, and we'd slept with each other the prior year, and I was, working that up again. We just hadn't had any times where we actually got the chance to meet. So the first 2 girls who I described, the one who I slept with and the one who I was kind of building a relationship with, I lost them both. Went from, really developing things to absolutely zero in the matter of a week with both of those. One of the girls found out that I kissed her sister the prior year. I didn't even know her at the time, and she got all mad about that. And the other girl, she just said that she was out of her relationship recently and, she wasn't ready to go down this way and blah, 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 and a big excuse, whatever, and things ended there. So 2 things dropped in the matter of a week, and I was just still working this other girl from the last year. And the thing is, I was always out at the club talking to new girls, texting girls on Snap, and I was just rebuilding things. I was never really attached to any one of those girls. And if I wasn't trying to meet new girls and practicing abundance all the time, it would have been a big loss if I lost the one girl I was talking to and had to start from scratch. Whereas once I already have my pipeline, it wasn't that hard to get them replaced and find others who you put at higher priority and start going on dates with and things like that. So that's really the key, is just to practice abundance until you're in a committed relationship where you're like really exclusive with a girl, you're officially dating. I would encourage trying to get as much experience as possible, because it's only going to help you out. And this last one can be applied in any stage of dating, whether you just met a girl and you're obsessed with her, or if you got broken up with and you cannot forget about this girl, which is you need to forget about one-itis. You need to realize that no girl is truly special, and there's always a girl who's going to be very similar to her or even better. This is something that I got over after I had my relationship at 19 and got broken up with, and it really changed the game for me. When I dropped the whole one-itis bullshit, I was really able to come to dating from a place of detachment and realize that no one girl is special, no one girl is my soulmate and my perfect match, that there is so many girls who I will meet who can fit that role. And the thing is, I have. Over these last 4 years, from 19 to 23, I have met a ton of girls, and there's been so many who have just been absolutely gorgeous girls with such a good heart, who I could have went on to date and take things with that way if I wanted to. I just didn't want to at the time. But there's so many options, and you're really never gonna run out of girls who you match with. So as long as you're improving yourself, you're working to be the best version of yourself, there is always a new girl who you can meet who will be a great match for you. Don't let one-itis mess with your head, because it's really gonna fuck with that whole detachment thing that we've been talking about. And guys, if you wanna know how to start and have great conversations, once again, I made the Conversation Mastery Guide for you, breaking down exactly how I do it. And this really allows me to do it from a place of detachment as well. Super easy, super effective, and it's completely for free. It's the first link in the description below.